Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading an Arlecchino Listener by me. So let's get into it. You've never been a fan of parties, especially those thrown by the Fatui harbingers. The grandiosity, the tension, the subtle barbs hidden behind silk smiles. It all feels suffocating. But when Arlecchino, your lover, extended the invitation, there was little you could do but agree. After all, it was not often that the knave invited anyone to such an event as their plus one. The moment you stepped through the gilded doors, you felt the weight of their stares. That was soon followed by their murmurs. Surprising, isn't it? A smooth voice catches your attention. It's Dottore, his smile as wicked as ever. That Arlecchino would bring a civilian to one of these gatherings. Who would have thought? Your stomach nods, and you find the urge to shrink into yourself. Before you can respond, another voice joins in. Maybe it's a social experiment, to see how long they can last among us. Pantalone replies, and a ripple of cold laughter follows. Arlecchino came to stand at your side, her hand resting lightly on your back, a subtle but firm sign of her protection. It's a rare show of affection from her, and you're grateful for it tonight. She walks with you towards that table, where Pantalone and Dottore reside. Ah, Arlecchino, I see you've brought company. Pantalone, with his ever-calculating eyes, rates her first, giving you a cursory glance, the corner of his lips twitching in a barely concealed sneer. Dottore, standing beside him, chuckles darkly. How adorable. I didn't think you were the type to bring charity cases to such gatherings. Is there a problem? Both of you? You've been getting quite brave lately. Perhaps you need a reminder of where you stand. Dottore chuckles, smiling. There's no problem at all. Besides, I remember where I stand quite clearly. Arlecchino smiles, holding you closer. Then perhaps you've forgotten. Kusanali made you delete all of your clowns. I'd keep quiet if I were you. Her voice is cool, sharp, and it cuts through the room like a blade. Dottore's grin only widens, clearly enjoying the tension. I'm only saying, it's a bit surprising, Knave. I always thought you would prefer to keep such distractions out of Fatui affairs. You wince inwardly at the word distraction. The room seems to hum with tension, and for a moment, you feel utterly exposed, like you don't belong. But then Arlecchino steps forward, placing herself slightly in front of you, her presence shielding you from the daggers of their words. Her gaze locks onto Pantalone first, then Dottore, her eyes cold and unyielding. I was not aware that who I choose to bring to a gathering was anyone's business but my own. If either of you has a problem with it, I suggest you keep it yourselves, or take it up with me if you can. Dottore's smile sours, and Pantalone stiffens, but neither of them respond immediately. And Pantalone begins after a moment. Sure thing, Dave. We were only teasing. No need to be so defensive. Arlecchino tilts her head slightly, her lips curling into a thin smile that does not reach her eyes. I do not tolerate disrespect, not towards me, or those I care about. If you can't manage basic courtesy, then perhaps it's best you excuse yourselves from our company. Dottore steps back slightly, clearly not in the mood to push the knave further. We'll leave you to your guest, son. He at least knew when he was getting into a fight, and today was not the day for one. And as you leave their table, The tension slowly begins to dissipate, though you can still feel the weight of the other harbingers gazing on you. Arlecchino turns to you, her expression softening just slightly. Are you alright? You nod, though your heart is still pounding. I I didn't expect that. She sighs softly, her hand brushing against yours. They're vultures, always looking for a weakness to exploit. But I will not let them touch you. Don't you worry about it. You feel a swell of emotion, gratitude, mixing with something deeper. Thank you. And Arlecchino's lips twitch into a small smile before her usual stoic mask slips back into place. You don't need to thank me. You're with me. That means something. You fidget for a moment, still feeling a bit out of place, despite her many reassurances. Are you sure it's okay? Me being here? Arlecchino turns you fully then, her hand lifting to cup your cheek gently. You belong with me. Don't let them make you doubt that. The sincerity in her voice, the way her touch grounds you, it makes your heart ache in the best way. And you nod, leaning into her touch, finding comfort in her presence. Thank you. You whisper again, this time with more certainty. Arlecchino's eyes soften. Arlecchino's eyes soften, just for a moment, before she pulls away, her hand falling back to her side. Come now, she says, her voice a little lighter. Let's get out of here. They've had enough of my time for one night. And as you slip away from the building, the party, Arlecchino intends to make sure that you enjoy this night, one way or another. Especially since Child was not there to keep you company. He was the only tolerable one of the bunch. And so, with her by your side, you feel like you can face anything. Even the very snarky comments of the Fatui. Because nothing in the entire world holds a candle to how Arlecchino behaved just when someone tried to talk badly about you. And you're quite certain no one will dare do anything to you, not with her by your side.